Hey guys, today's topic is about vision. I feel vision is so underrated. Why? Because from childhood, whenever we are learning any bike or car, everyone will teach you how to control it or how to maneuver it. For example, if you are learning any car, people will teach you like how to apply the brake or how to apply the accelerator or how to apply the throttle or how to shift the gear. These kind of aspects they'll teach you, but nobody will teach you about vision, like where to look, how far ahead you have to look, at what point you have to look, right? These things nobody will teach you. Even I have not received this kind of information in my childhood whenever I'm learning any bike or car, right? So in this video I'll cover about how to improve the vision, especially peripheral vision, how peripheral vision impacts in our day-to-day life. At the same way, and I also cover the techniques to improve your vision, especially peripheral vision. Why vision is important while driving? Let's say you're going point, let's go, you're going from a point A to point B, from your home to your office. What and all are the aspects that you keep in your mind? First thing, you want to reach your destination safely. Second thing, you don't want to encounter any hazards on your way. Third thing, you want to judge the speed based on the oncoming vehicles, because based on this assessment you will come to know whether to accelerate or decelerate, or to go faster or to slow down, right? Fourth thing is surface identification. Let's say the surface is slippery, some sand is there, or some, whether it's raining, so we have to understand the surface, because grip levels will vary based on your friction availability, right? If it is raining, your grip available on the surface will be low. If some sand is there, again grip available on the surface will be low, right? Fifth thing, you to guide the vehicle. If there is any obstacle or if there is any pothole, you want to guide your vehicle, you want to evade it and go. So all these are the main aspects that you will consider when you're going from point A to point B. So all these points are influenced by your vision. That's why vision is so important. So uh, so technically speaking, how far a human can look, considering a man of height with 1.6 meters, he can look up to a distance of 4.5 kilometer. So he can able to identify the subject which is 4.5 kilometers apart, considering there is no object in between, considering light is good, and also considering there is no elevation in the gradient. But when we are driving, how far ahead we look? So I have got some statistics from the internet. So normal people, whoever commute from point A to point B in their day-to-day life, they look up to 2 to 3 seconds ahead. That means in distance it's like 10 to 20 or 25 meters. Okay. Whereas a trained driver will look 8 to 12 seconds ahead. Whereas a MotoGP rider will look 20 to 30 seconds ahead. Why these changes are happening? Why there is so much of time difference when compared to a normal rider and when compared to a MotoGP rider? Okay, why peripheral vision is so important? So when you're going at lower speeds from point A to point B, you tend to see all the subjects, especially when your speed is low. But whereas when your speed is high, your peripheral vision turns into a tunnel vision. See the circumference, whatever you're having here, the amount of vision that we are having is so huge. But whereas when you're going at higher speed, it becomes a tunnel vision. You're not seeing these subjects, whoever is there earlier, right? Now what happens because of this tunnel vision? Chances of the chances of you meeting with hazards will increase. The chances of accident occurrence rate will increase. Why? Because you are going in this lane, you are going at little higher speed, and your peripheral vision is not active. Your peripheral vision is turned into a tunnel vision. What happens is that there is a subject here, there is a person standing here. He is trying to cross the road. he suddenly appears in front of you. So your focus will be always in front of the object. Whatever the object is in front of your focus will always be on that object when you're going at higher speeds. When this person came into your way, you'll get panicked, and within shorter time you want to respond. At that point of time, either you'll break or either you'll try to evade. You'll brain try to find the escape routes to avoid that situation. Here here who is causing the problem? Here the person whoever is standing earlier is causing the problem, or your vision is causing the problem? I say it's your vision. Why? Because your peripheral vision is not active, because you're going at higher speeds. Your tunnel vision is activated, your peripheral vision turned into a tunnel vision. Your vision was significantly reduced. You're focusing on only on the objects in front of you. That's why the chances of accidents will always increase, because your tunnel vision is activated. Why this is happening? Okay, why your peripheral vision is turning into a tunnel vision when you are, especially when you're going at higher speeds? How this peripheral vision will get disappeared with respect to speed? That I will show it here. When you're going at slower speeds, less than 30 kmph, you'll see a larger amount of area, that is around 130, sorry, 110 to 140 degrees. It may vary from person to person. For suppose if an eyeball is placed inside in an eye socket, then you will have a lesser amount of peripheral. If your eye is placed little outside in your eye socket, then you'll have little higher amount of peripheral. Let's call this as far peripheral. Now your speed is increased. Okay, your speed is increased, let's say to 50 kmph. Then the amount of area you see is much reduced. It will be falling under mid peripheral, so you will be seeing lesser amount of area. If your speed is increased to 60, your peripheral vision is much more reduced. It is called near peripheral. Okay, when you are going at little higher speed, let's say 80, so you have achieved at 80, then you are suddenly turned into a tunnel vision. So here the amount of area you see is very less. If your speed is furthermore increased, let's say to 100 kmph, your vision becomes a central vision. So the amount of region you see is very less. So whenever the object, whoever is standing here, is suddenly comes into your way, you'll not notice when you're going at higher speed until they comes and falls under your vision area, right? Why your brain is doing this to you whenever you're going at higher speeds? Why your peripheral vision is keep on reducing when you're going at higher speeds? Okay, now I want to explain, or I want to show with an small example why your peripheral vision is so important. When your tunnel vision is active, you are going at a higher speed, because let's say your tunnel vision is active at 60 kmph. You seen an suddenly a subject appeared in your way, which is 10 meters apart, and your vehicle is capable enough of generating 8 meters per second square deceleration, and you are maintaining a vision of 2 to 4 seconds head. This is most of the normal riders will maintain. Now I want to show or prove whether the why you noticed the object within this time frame, or like 2 to 4 seconds of time frame. At the same time, I just want to show whether your vehicle is capable enough to stop within this 10 meters per seconds. 10 meters, whether you are able to stop the vehicle within 10 meters or not. First, I want to find out the time. I'm taking a simple equation here, which we all know, which we learned in our schools. So I want to find out the time. Okay, here time is here time I want to find out it in seconds. So whatever the speed 60 kilometer per hour, I want to convert it into meters per second. Your initial velocity is 0, then 60 into 1000 divided by 3600 gives you sorry, a, what is your a? Minus 8, minus minus cancel. Here this will result in 2.03 seconds. What is the time, what is the frame that, sorry, vision that you are maintaining? 2 to 4 seconds ahead. And what is the time that you have got? Is 2.03 second. So that's why you are able to see the object within 2.03 second, because you are maintaining a vision of 2 to 4 seconds ahead. Now I want to find out the stopping distance, whether your vehicle is really capable enough to stop without hitting the subject or not, right? Here I am using a simple formula: v square minus u square is equal to 2as. I want to find out the s. So v square divided by u square by v square minus divided by 2a. Now s is nothing but our initial velocity 0, and my final velocity, sorry, initial velocity 16.6, and divided by acceleration is 8. So this is in meters per second square, and this is also in meters. Velocity is in meters per second square, meter square. Now I am getting stopping distance of seconds per second square meter. So here I am resulting it in 17.22 meters. So your stopping distance is 17.22 meters, whereas you have, whereas the distance between your car and the subject is only 10 meters. How can you stop your vehicle within 10 meters if your car is taking 17.22 meters? So it's impossible to stop your car within 10 meters. So at this point of time, your brain will start thinking about the escape routes. It start thinking about the solution, like how to escape the subject. Either you'll try to change the route, you'll try to escape the subject by means of taking a diversion. So this is the incident, or this is the perfect example. If you don't having a peripheral vision, the chances of, or the occurrence of having an accidents will significantly increase. Okay, most of the mistakes that people do, right? Looking only 5 to 10 meters ahead. If you are looking very less distance, you have very late reaction. Okay, like in the previous example, as I have explained, if you are maintaining only 10 meters of vision ahead, what happened? Because of the less vision, your vehicle is not capable enough to stop within this 10 meters of time frame, right? Then looking directly at obstacles, it's called target fixation. Why this will happen? Because I think most of the people could have experienced, when you suddenly a subject appears in front of you, that subject is scared, okay, and he or she tries to move forward or backward. So, and whoever is driving and whoever is riding the bike or car, they'll also see that person, and they also get confused whether he's going to forward or backward, and they also get confused, right? Many of the people could have experienced this kind of situation. This is called a target fixation. So try to avoid the target fixation as much as possible. And most of the common mistake is riding fast in low visibility. When it is raining, or when roads are slippery, or when there is a fog, most of the people will not identify the surface grip levels. They'll just like that go, and they'll think that their vehicle is capable enough to stop within the same environment. But it's not like that every time, right? So your reaction time will be very, very poor. And next, fourth common mistake is not scanning their mirrors or side vision. In the previous example, as I have explained, your vehicle needs 17.22 meters to stop, but you're having a distance of only 10 meters. What happens is that your brain tricks you in order to avoid this subject. So at this point of time, without scanning into your side view mirrors, you're not seeing any traffic in the next other lanes. You will directly want to shift your car to other lane without seeing into the traffic, without seeing into the vehicle that is coming. Okay, so these are all the common mistakes that we'll do while riding. And with respect to the speed, the stopping time and stopping distance will greatly vary. Let's say you are going at 40 kmph. you're having a stopping distance of 7.72 meters. In this aspect, it is okay to stop when you're going at 40 kmph. But whereas if you're going at 80 kmph, you need at least 30.86 meters. So always try to look as far as possible, or look ahead as much as possible. That will give you more amount of or more room to think and to perceive the situation and to avoid the situation within the safe range. So it's like driving is always like a prediction based activity. So how best you can predict, that much safer you can avoid that situation, right? So always keep in mind that your vision will always change with respect to your speed. Your peripheral vision will keep on reducing when your speed is increasing. At the same time, your stopping distance is going to increase at the same time. So if you see late, your reaction will be late, right? So accident, most of the accident risk increases because of this issue. Why your peripheral vision is getting disappeared when you're going in higher speeds, right? Why your brain is tricking you in this aspect? So this is mainly because of cognitive overload. Why this is happening? Because it will not only happen when you're driving at higher speeds. It will happen in many of the aspects. For example, I can give you an example. Let's say you're reading a book. Okay, when you're reading a book, if you're reading at slow pace, you will try to get the your brain will try to get the meaning of each and every word. But when you're trying the same when you're trying to read the same sentence at faster pace, you'll not get the meaning of each and every word. You'll get the meaning of only keywords that is essential to understand the context of that sentence, right? So this is also one of the example. So especially when you're driving, as driving is a prediction based activity, when you're seeing a larger amount of area, you'll try to collect that data into your brain. So you feed that data into your brain. So when you're feeding your brain with so much a large amount of data, it will try to focuses on only on the data that is essentially needed. Okay, that's why your peripheral vision is always shutting down to a tunnel vision. It focuses only on the important things that needed, and it will try to minimize the other data which is not really needed at that point of time. And second thing is, it's a survival response. It's like when you're going at higher speeds, normally your heart rate will increase, and your brain also will go into survival response, like a flight or fight response mode. Okay, and third thing is, especially when you're having any higher stress or adrenaline, this will also will make a shift in your vision. Like your peripheral vision will get disappeared and your tunnel vision will come into activation, because when there is a threat, your brain will start focusing only on the threat, right? And fourth point is the target fixation. This target fixation is done by most of the people. When you are fixing your target only on the particular subject, when they are instead of focusing on the solution, like how to escape it, if you're focusing only on the subject, you will not think about other situations like how to evade it, right? These are the mainly four aspects why your brain tricks you to change your peripheral vision to tunnel vision. You can train your brain to avoid tunnel vision. So I have taken two techniques here. Everyone has to do this activity along with me. One of the technique is shalt table. So here in this table, total 25 numbers are there. Okay. Now the activity is simple. You have to focus on number one. Okay, keep your vision on one, and without shifting your vision from one, you have to count 25. Okay, focus is on one and you have to count 25 without shifting your focus. Now I'll keep the timer. Okay, let's see how many of you can do within 30 seconds, how many of you can finish the complete table. Let's start. Time is up. Okay. How many of you finished till 25? I am able to finish till 16. After 16, I am trying to figure out where 17 is. So I couldn't able to finish it. So please comment your number till what number you have able to find using your peripheral vision. Okay, now this is the second technique after shelf table. You can use to improve your to improve your peripheral vision. So keep your both arms straight and thumbs open. So keep one of the arms straight and focus and keep focusing on the thumb and start moving your arm to 90 degrees and start observing where that right arm thumb is getting disappeared from your peripheral vision. Your focus is still on your left thumb finger, and you start noticing or start observing the disappearing point. Once you find the disappearing point, keep your arm there and start moving your finger. So once when you are doing this, you have to shift your focus to your right hand thumb. Okay, so that is the maximum amount of peripheral vision, or that's the maximum amount of range that you can have through peripheral vision. In the same way, you can do to the left side. Keep your thumb straight and move your left arm to the maximum disappearing point, and at that disappearing point keep moving your left thumb and understand whether you're able to notice it or not. Okay, for few people left side will be having more range and the right side will be less. It depends, it varies from person to person. So this is one of the technique that you can practice to improve your peripheral vision. Okay, so keep practicing these techniques and you'll see the improvement in your peripheral vision, and you start noticing the objects within your peripheral vision. And apart from these techniques, I just want to give few tips to avoid accidents or risks in your day-to-day life. So one of the tip is 3-4-5 second rule. Especially when you're going whenever going on highways, you'll tend to maintain one speed, right? So that speed you can objectify it, like quantify it. So when there is a fixed object, okay, to reach that object, the time taken for your vehicle to reach that object can be of 3 seconds. So you can take any moving object also. If your relative velocity is same as that vehicle, then you can consider this 3-second rule. So safe the safe distance will be maintained when you are following this 3-second rule. But it's talking about how far you should maintain the distance between your other vehicles. It's not talking about how far you have to look. It's talking about how much safe distance that you have to maintain, that we are talking about in terms of time. And 4-5, what is the other 4-5 second rule is nothing but when you are driving in a wet or slippery surfaces, or it's slightly raining, at that point of time you should maintain a 4-second rule. That means the time between to reach that vehicle should be 4 seconds. And the same way, if you're not able to see, like poor visibility is there, or situations like it's like fog is there or it's heavily raining, then you should maintain a 5 seconds rule. So this is how 3-4-5 second rule will help you in your day-to-day situations. And now coming to tip 2, look as far ahead as possible. Most of the drivers will tend to look maybe 10 to 20 meters ahead. They'll not look at the vanishing point. Let's say you're having a vision of 2 kilometers of vanishing point to reach that vanishing point. Why you will not utilize that amount of vision, right? So why you will focus only on 10 to 20 meters? You can see up to 2 kilometers when your elevation is normal, gradient of elevation is normal. You can start noticing the difference when you're looking at 10 to 20 meters and start seeing as far ahead as possible, and you'll start noticing that a lot of differences in your vision, and you start predicting the objects very easily. Initially it will take more time to get adapted to this vision process, but slowly you'll get there. So when you're practicing this vision, your eyes will start feeling fatigue. So tips to avoid eye fatigue: so keep blinking, blink often, keep your helmet, visor, windshield free of dust. Okay, move your head, not just eyes. When you're practicing this peripheral vision, you will tend to keep your head straight. Okay, don't do that, and move your head as well, because if you're moving your head, your peripheral vision range will keep on increasing. So that's why moving your head is much crucial. Don't stare at one point, keep scanning. So if you're staring at one point, it will be again target fixation will happen and your tunnel vision will come. So don't stare at one point, keep scanning. So keep looking at your left mirror, and then shift your vision to your speedometer or the center of the vehicle. Then keep your vision, shift your vision to right mirror. So keep shifting your vision. Then start opening your peripheral vision and start noticing the things that are passing by. Okay, these are the 5 tips to avoid to eye fatigueness. Okay, we reached the final verdict. So what I want to convey throughout the video is focus on vision. If you have more vision, you have more time. If you have more time, you have more control on your vehicle, right? So always remember, your eyes are your first safety system, not ABS, not traction control, not any other advanced technologies. Your eyes are your first safety system. Vision controls everything. So keep practicing these techniques and keep improving your vision. So that's it, that's all for today. So meet you in the next video. Keep practicing these techniques and drive safe.